Heya, cryptozens. Tonight's stories. Indian Finance Minister expects CBDC this year. Ledger announced NFT-focused wallet. Credit Suisse Strategist says Bitcoin benefits from new world monetary order. It's 10 p.m. Pacific time and the date is March 8th, 2022. Welcome back to the Crypto Overnighter. I'm your host, Nick. The cover model for this podcast is text. And together, we take a nightly look at the crypto, NFT, and metaverse space and the industry that surrounds it. We bring you news stories on familiar topics. And keep in mind, nothing in this show should ever be considered financial advice. Now, if you're new here and you find that you like this show, subscribe and rate us. If you're on Spotify, you can rate us right from the app. Give Tex and I 5 stars. It'll help other people find their way to this podcast. There is a lot going on today. One of them, President Biden is reportedly going to issue an executive order last week concerning cryptocurrency. It was supposed to have happened by now. Late last month, it was expected to come out the last week of February or the first week of March. But Putin launched his illegal invasion of Ukraine, and that kind of threw a monkey wrench into everyone's plans. Included in that monkey wrenching was the sanctions against Russia and Ukraine's difficulties in maintaining their banking system. And as has been amply reported here, cryptocurrencies are a big part of the discussion around Russia, and the Ukraine too, really. A lot of attention is being paid to whether crypto will let the oligarchs evade sanctions and crypto donations. No government has ever taken crypto donations before, and these donations came in on a massive scale. Now, both of these are very likely to be figuring heavily into the president's decision. Word is, he's going to delay his executive order till late this week. According to Reuters, President Biden is expected to issue, quote, wide-ranging oversight of the cryptocurrency market, including an executive order to deal with the growing threat of ransomware and other cybercrime. Also, he's reportedly going to direct Justice, Treasury, and some of the other government agencies to start looking at a CBDC, Central Bank Digital Coin. Now, before we get into tonight's stories, let's take a quick look at the markets. At the time of writing, the global crypto market cap is $1.72 trillion. That's down 1.59% since yesterday. Top 5 cryptos by market cap are Bitcoin up 1.65%, Ethereum up 2.81%, Tether, Binance Coin down 5.8%, and USDC. The global NFT market cap is just above $10 billion. The top 5 NFT collections by 24-hour volume on OpenSea are Cyberbrokers up 118%, Bored Apes up 19%, Dower Darcels also up 19%, Mutinates up 35%, and Clonex down 11%. Keep in mind, some of these collections have very volatile prices, so do your own research. Indian Finance Minister expects CBDC this year. Speaking of CBDCs, here's another one. So, the Finance Minister of India is thinking it's going to happen soon. Indian Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said she expects the central bank to roll out its digital currency this year. That said, not really ready to take a stance on Bitcoin and other crypto. She specifically said the government is not inclined to take a position just yet. That said, it has set in motion a consultation process. Reportedly, once that's done, then the Indian government will look at the findings and presentations from the process before taking a position. Now, she was speaking at the annual summit of India Global Forum. When asked about a CBDC for India, she said the Reserve Bank of India is working on it. She expects it to be released this year. She said, quote, it was a conscious call taken in consultation with the central bank, the Reserve Bank of India. We would like them to design it the way they would like to do it. But this year, we expect the currency to come out from the central bank itself. Now, she appeared to be understandably upbeat about the prospects of a CBDC. She said, quote, we see clear advantages in a central bank-driven digital currency because in this day and age, bulk payments happening between countries, large transactions between institutions, and large transactions between central banks themselves of each country are all better enabled with digital currency. Now, she was asked for clarification. Why is the government going to tax crypto without making it legal? And she clarified. She said the government doesn't want to ban or legalize or regulate crypto. Not yet. She said the consultations are ongoing and the government doesn't want to take the chance of missing an important issue. She said the government will come out with its position on crypto once the consults are over and there's been a period of deliberation. And see, here's the thing. A lot of crypto people in India were thinking a bill was coming. They thought the government was going to be bringing forward their crypto bill. Instead, what they did was bring the tax bill instead of a crypto bill. And it's a whopper. In February, they announced that for the 2022 to 2023 year, it's levying a 30% tax rate on digital asset profits and 1% tax on transactions. They also said that their central bank will be issuing its CBDC in the 2022 to 2023 fiscal year. One brighter spot, the finance minister did say that the government and the Reserve Bank of India are all on the same page as far as crypto legalization and CBDCs are concerned. Now, shortly after this, the Advertising Standards Council of India brought out their guidelines for crypto advertising. They said advertisements for things like exchanges or NFTs and the like should carry a disclaimer. And here's what they wanted to say. Crypto products and NFTs are unregulated and can be highly risky. There may be no regulatory recourse for any loss from such transactions. Okay, kind of a DYOR thing. Ledger announces NFT-focused wallet. And as much as we keep hearing about people getting their NFTs stolen, it is a very welcome piece of news. So they're coming out with what they're calling their Genesis Edition. And in true NFT collectible fashion, this hardware wallet is being limited to 10,000 devices. And they'll be on pre-order for $79 each. So this new limited edition wallet was announced on Tuesday. It's a variant of the Ledger Nano S Plus. In addition, Ledger announced their global partnership with Ethereum-based Proof of Attendance Protocol, or POAP, which honestly I'm not too sure about. So POAP's a special type of NFT, but not really the same. Instead of showing ownership of like a piece of art or music or real estate, POAPs are commemorative. They're like a digital memory of an event. They show that you participated in something. So doesn't that mean it's transferable? I mean, you can sell an NFT. Can you sell a POAP? Honestly, I don't know. Last January, Vitalik Buterin highlighted the potential importance of making NFTs, quote, soul-bound to enable proof of achievement. I'm not really sure how that would happen. That said, NFTs absolutely can be made more secure. Lucas Vera is CEO of POAP. He said, quote, securing and protecting your digital memories, like the POAP you can collect with your Ledger Nano S Plus, is a must for anyone building their lifelong collection. The Genesis Edition will have special engraving. In addition, each package will have a card you can redeem for a Genesis POAP NFT. So, you can carry proof that you own this special hardware wallet in your digital wallet in your special hardware wallet. POAP also said they'd be minting special edition NFTs for Ledger. Ian Rogers is Ledger's Chief Experience Officer. And he said, quote, this partnership with POAP and launch of the Ledger Nano S Plus Genesis Edition at an affordable price marks the acknowledgement that digital assets will only increase as a tool for life experiences, and we want to bring millions more into Web3 securely, as it happens. So, the Nano S Plus is their first hardware wallet that Ledger's released since Nano X in 2019. Ledger says that their products secure 20% of the world's digital assets. They've sold over 4.5 million Nano hardware wallets, and this newest, the Nano S, supports every type of digital asset from over 550 coins to NFTs and other tokens. Credit Suisse Strategist says Bitcoin benefits from New World Monetary Order. Zoltan Pozsar is a former Federal Reserve and U.S. Treasury Department official. Presently, he serves as Credit Suisse short-term rate strategist. Now, according to him, the U.S. is in the midst of a commodity crisis, and he sees this crisis as ultimately weakening the U.S. as the world's reserve currency and expects even higher inflation. He wrote, quote, "This crisis is not like anything we have seen since President Nixon took U.S. dollar off of gold in 1971. He sees this as creating a new world financial order in which Bitcoin benefits. In his Monday report, he wrote that the Russian sanctions imposed by the West will probably cause a paradigm shift. And this shift would be in how the world organizes money and handles its reserves. A Bretton Woods 3 kind of thing. That's what he's calling it. Now, from Bretton Woods era, backed by gold bullion, to Bretton Woods 2, backed by inside money, to Bretton Woods 3, backed by outside money. So everyone knows the Bretton Woods Agreement was negotiated by 44 countries at the end of World War II. It was named for the location, Bretton Woods, New Hampshire. Now, what this did was it identified gold as the basis for the U.S. dollar. And then other currencies would peg themselves to the dollar. He sees that as the first era, the gold era. The second era was what he called Bretton Woods II, and that's where the U.S. economy is backed by, or the world's economy, is backed by U.S. fiat currency. Now, the Bretton Woods III area, as he styles it, will be defined by its present use of outside money, and that's gold and other commodities. He says the shift from Bretton Woods II to Bretton Woods III was marked after the G7 countries decided to seize Russia's foreign exchange reserves. He argues that the hastened rise of outside money where reserves are kept as commodities. He sees it as better than where reserves are held as liabilities of the global financial institutions. He writes, "We're witnessing the birth of Bretton Woods III, a new world monetary order centered around commodity-based currencies in the East that will likely weaken the euro-dollar system and also contribute to inflationary forces in the West." Which is pretty interesting. And it's certainly borne out in the actions of the West, right? Because Russia spent decades building up their foreign exchange reserves. They built that up to shore the falling ruble and to build up their local economies. They also built it up just in case something like what happened. So you put that with the ongoing voluntary buyer strike that's going on in the West, and the situation is really different. As he puts it, quote, "The 2022 Russia supply shock, which is not driven by the supplier but by the consumer, the aggressor in the geopolitical arena is being punished by sanctions, and sanctions-driven commodity price moves threaten financial stability in the West." He also points out that China's presence helps ease the situation somewhat for Russia. China just does as its own thing. As he puts it, the Bank of China works, quote, "for a sovereign who can dance to its own tune." Pozsar writes, "When this crisis and war is over, the U.S. dollar should be much weaker, and on the flip side, the renminbi much stronger, backed by a basket of commodities. After this war is over, money will never be the same again, and Bitcoin, if it still exists then, will probably benefit from all this." Well, that's it for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. So let me ask you this. What do you think Biden is going to do with his crypto executive order? Is it coming this week? There's strong speculation that provisions for a CBDC are involved. Will there be a central bank digital coin? Or, as some have suggested, maybe a stablecoin instead? Will this stuff fall under a single new agency, or will the duties be divided up between the other agencies? Tell me what you think. Send us an email at crypto.overnighter@gmail.com. It's crypto.overnighter@gmail.com. and give crypto 5 minutes a lesson. We're up to 31 educational podcasts and counting. It takes 5 minutes to explain one concept in crypto. And as always and forever, may peace